Game 3, everybody. Welcome back to Chili Mountain Super Cup Tournament Finals. We've got University of Minnesota here versus Glaive Maroon. I'm Paul, joined by Rebel Fox in the booth once again, and K-Tad on the production. And we've gotten to see each of these teams 3 times so far on stream today here, Rebel Fox. And coming into this one, we've got a pretty good idea of what they're going to play through. And just given these comps, what sort of is going to be your litmus test for maybe who's going to have the biggest chance to win this in the first like 10 minutes or so?
All right. Well, baited in there and got a little bit of a cue off very quickly. Right now, I feel like the litmus test for me is just how these lanes go to start with on both sides, because you have a bit of competition. As we talked about, the Camille Orn lane is a little bit volatile and how that kind of performs between the two. It's a little bit dependent on who's playing, what they're doing, things like that. Goblito versus FYS, that's a little bit more controlled in that the Twisted Fate now has demon or mini dematerializers for the first time that we've seen all day. Thank you very much, Twisted Fate players everywhere, for building that item and controlling. So he should be out on the map at least a little bit. Bottom lane is going to be an interesting one because you have the Ashe counter into Caitlyn, but now you've got the Karma counter into Morgana. So bot lane will also be a question. So the lane states of where we're seeing, it's no longer as important what the junglers are doing. I think it's much more important to see how the lanes are going specifically for every single one.
Something to keep our eyes on for sure. Heartbreak already making his presence felt, and we saw that time again last game. The combination early, at least with Heartbreak on the Caitlyn, but little chip instead of the Morgana. And though they landed their combo like crazy with the double root and got a kill or two, never really amounted to anything. So we'll see how this combination puts stuff together if they can generate a little bit more action late game.
Yeah, Poke's already hurting them down in that bot lane, though. Yuki Bunny already taken 2 Qs, 1 ult, 1 normal Q from the likes of Little Chimp on the Karma. Actually, just tank another one as well as an Arcane Comet. Won't get the second proc of that, though, but you see already the potion burnt. Has those Biscuits of Everlasting Life, but those are likely to be burnt very quickly as well, because this is a very poke-oriented lane. I do want to see Lilia get out on the map and try to abuse, especially the mid and the top side, because they are very immobile, and you can punish them very, very hard with the champions you got in those lanes.
Sensor Mercy again looking for some trading top side here. Been playing that Camille pretty aggressively throughout the day. Sensing Yuki, they're gonna have to be back down under their tower here. We see without a brain finishing up his Krugs, Fed 9001 doing the same on his side of the jungle. And we'll see if they ultimately look for anything. Level 3 or Sensor Mercy, they're just gonna keep pushing Chikaso in.
I think actually he caught him in a really good situation. It looked like the dash was coming in. That's Play, able to get the bigger proc a couple of times there. It looked like the E was actually coming in to try to punish the likes of the Camille, but he bounced off of the pillar immediately, jumped in, and got a really positive trade in favor for himself. So there's that at least. Bottom side, the Olaf has controlled all of bottom side. Lilia controls the top side. I still do want to see. Looks like Olaf's going to be making a play mid lane, and Yumi, or Lilia, my apologies, is going to be kind of rotating there as well. FYS is not easy to gank here.
They're gonna look for it nonetheless. TP already coming in into the mid lane. Goblito has to flash away, but likely not gonna be enough here. Sensor and Mercy just gonna come in to run them down. Fed trying to look for a kill, has the red buff. Flashing away, that's a couple of them, and now 4-on-1 here. And that's already gonna be 2 kills and a very quick start to the action here in the mid lane.
Really nice TP coming out from Censored Mercy. He ends up moving into the dot lane. The Ornn will be able to shove him in, probably loses a couple of minions off the back end of that, but nothing too crazy. Definitely worth the double kill. That now goes over to his Lilia and his Twisted Fate. That's more control that they just ripped away from the map. Not to mention the Lilia-Olaf matchup isn't great for Lilia into like the 1-2 item mark. It's much better as a team fighting champion in that regard. But with the slim advantage you just got, you have the Darksteel, you have that amplifying tome, and so the damage for your clear as well as the damage against enemy champions becomes much, much higher for the Deer in the jungle. I still want to see her abuse that top side, but with the kill onto Twisted Fate as well, getting him onto that Rod of Ages soon, utilize this CC you've got across the map and try to make those plays happen.
Bot lane going to reset here for the side of Minnesota. Nothing going to change there. And we see now Sensor Mercy did pick up, I believe, backed and then teleported, so picked up the cold for that. And so we keep continuing scaling into that late game with that. First Dragon is up online now. It is a Cloud Drake. So ultimately we'll see who goes for it first, but that soul will be taken off the board.
Absolutely. And with the dragon up, if you pay attention to where the junglers are at, Lily is actually clearing up towards top side because, again, you want to play to the Ornn, you want to play to the Syndra. You don't really want to play to bot side where you're not going to have all that much priority. And so Olaf has almost complete control of bottom river outside of the vision control that's in that pixel brush put down by Morgana right there. But they should have more than enough pushing power to reclaim the bottom side control, which is why Olaf is currently rotating there. And then top side, the Lily is clearing Krugs, so she's going to hover this lane on the top side. So I highly doubt that they're going to be able to force something against Ornn this far underneath his own tower, outside of maybe Censored Mercy being able to ult properly if he doesn't catch level 5. But that should be a trade for Dragon either way. So they do need to force something here, otherwise they might just lose the Dragon for free.
Picasso now back down her tower. Destiny coming up. Does have the gold card. Picasso does not have Call of the Forge God. And he's going to be deleted off the map. But to your point, that would just be a trade there, Dragon for a kill.
And if possible, Olaf would have come bot lane to try to push something, or he would have been in this outside jungle. Lilia has cleared everything from her topside jungle, so there's nothing to steal. But here comes the Olaf to try to put a little bit of pressure in. Might find a Gromp for himself, but not going to mean all that much. But again, you're exploiting the fact that you have the gold advantage, and a Lilia, who now is sitting at a pretty high advantage in terms of the game, has 44 farm right about there with Olaf, and the 2 kills getting her under Runic Echoes sooner rather than later is going to be big difference for when you're skirmishing, taking those 2v2s, 3v3s, and even into the 5-on-5s that we will likely see as the game continues. Bot lane continues to get aggressed against, which is rather bad. We've seen what Heartbreak can do on this Caitlyn when he is fed. Oh, we got it!
Oh, without a brain, taking it away here and just really impressing his will here on Fed, right? I mean, just not giving him any sort of advantage, any sort of way to get channeling here. Just hasn't had an opportunity to make a big impact on the map. Keep him really squarely in check.
You can say that's the case. And Gobledo actually was pinging his smite, so he had smite available for it, which is rather unfortunate, but nothing much to be done about that one. Right now, mid farm is actually very heavily in favor of the Syndra. I'm curious if they ever try to put something there. Okay, top side is a bit of fighting back and forth. This is actually really precarious for bot lane. I wish Olaf would have come down here at some point, but not the case. Censored Mercy getting aggressive against here. Topside fight.
Picasso landing off the brittle, doesn't land the hot breath, but gonna find the kill. And Censored Mercy, maybe a little bit too aggressive, gonna be taken down.
You know, the Tiamat's great for wave clearing and good for trading, but it's not good for sustained damage for the most part. And so, like, I would have liked to see Vampire accept her because it would have been a very mean way to force Picasso up onto that Bramble. Galedo!
Drowsy, asleep, being pounded down here and finished.
Get him! No, they're not gonna get him!
They can't do anything about it there. They're gonna get away with it. Meanwhile, bot side, 4 plates being funneled out to Heartbreak. When it's all said and done, that's a lot of gold, and that's keeping this thing pretty much even.
Without a brain, he had a swirl seed up. I would have liked to see him at least try to throw that down the lane, catch him with something, or at least make him move and cancel his back so that FYS would have been able to shove this in for absolutely free. We'll be able to deny this wave of minions away, which is rather nice. That kill was so close. Just step under the tower. Just take the extra tower shot or 2 and get that auto attack off. It would have been absolutely worth it there to get that shutdown onto the Gobledo here for FYS or without a brain, but I guess just opts not to take that over-aggressive step, continuing to just press the advantage that she has with the AP that the Lilia currently contains. We'll have Runic Echoes now as well once this back finishes here.
So that'll keep things even here. We do see now some BF Sword's been built here on Heartbreak. Yuki Bunny already has the Vampiric Scepter already going. Now Fed gonna start the Rift Herald here. Maybe they're gonna, even though they're behind in gold and we've seen the pressure so far in the jungle, keeping the advantage here on these objectives. Already has the dragon, and Hawkshot gonna spot this out though, and maybe they're gonna have a chance to answer it.
They will. They don't have the Lilting Lullaby for it, unfortunately, so there's that. In mid lane, FYS.
Picasso going in on FYS. He's 0-1. Flashing forward, showing us how it's done, at least in that circumstance. Let's get Rift Herald for it. We're going to see Censored Mercy just backing away. Heartbreak, though, from a mile away comes through the ultimate burst, the cleanse without a brain. Going to be chunked down pretty quickly. Binding lands. Meanwhile, topside, Karma in trouble in the one-on-one. Ragnarok not doing any favors. Little Chimp caught out. He'll burn and able to get out, so they get the Rift Herald, but they get decimated in the process.
that they do. That's kind of the strength of what happens with this Lilia composition. If you can hit a couple of the different people with it, you see 4 kills already for it. If that Lilting Lullaby wouldn't be able to apply to more than just the one person, especially Heartbreak without Cleanse, that would have been easily a wipe of the team, most likely for them. But as you said, the Rift Herald does go the way of Minnesota, and we'll see where they're going to be able to place that to try to get a good enough goal. That at the moment, I think they just need to play purely into the Heartbreak kind of move here, where there was at one time Gablito having like a 10-15 farm lead over FYS. That's now gone, and he's down 2 deaths at this point. I think you got to play purely through Heartbreak. So play around the Caitlyn, find where the aggression can come through, maybe throw that bot lane, or at least push up in a different lane and allow for Caitlyn to get that solo gold on that bot tower where there's only the one plate left. That would also set you up really nicely for the dragon that's going to be spawning here in just a minute as well. Looks like that's what we could be leaning towards.
Chikasso going on Censored and Mercy. Airborne, call it a Forge God in the tower is too much, and this orange is 3 and 2. Oh, Fed.
That's all right. He's dying to the deer.
That's that was a bold choice. That didn't necessarily pay off here. 3 though still hovering around the dragon. They're feeling the pressure from it. We see Yuki Bunny making a rotation here. And I think that will at least dispel them for now here. Heartbreak wants to take a look at that tower, but safely going to back off.
Oh my goodness, this Lilia is looking ridiculously powerful here for Brian. It makes me wonder why they've waited so long to try to bust this out in this game. They couldn't even push a bot lane fast enough to try to punish with that 1 tower plating remaining. Now the Ashe and the Morgana are going to be there for the extended future. Another trade onto the top side. This time I think maybe gonna have something. Ooh, on lane 44, 43.
Keep coming in. Destiny was used, so FYS now sits along the bot side. And oh, Censored Mercy gonna finally get the better of this exchange here. Chikasso trying to answer, but gonna land the kill. Meanwhile, bot side, a lot of stuff happened. TP and Destiny, but neither resulting in any kills or any, especially any action here. Fed gonna take a big chunk out of the mid tower though.
He gets 2 plates for it, which is nice. But honestly, I would have rather them again try to use that in cahoots with what this bot lane should be doing and shoving in, trying to get this final plate with the Caitlyn and the Morgana, which should have more than enough strength to do so. It kind of confuses me why they're not trying to at least make some sort of play instead of just grabbing the immediate gold of the Rift Herald rather than trying to make a play that makes a lot more sense and getting a guaranteed tower for it somewhere. At minimum, just throw it bot lane and give them the gold for it because it's necessary to get a tower off the board with the way that the rest of the team has been playing, especially if that top tower becomes to get aggressed against by Censored Mercy. Brian up here as well.
Oh, Chikasso is gonna have a hard time getting out of here. Ultimate use, not even gonna be able to get the Call of the Forge off, and so he will be taken down. And now, Glaive Maroon is entering into a stage of just being able to bully whatever they want for on the map.
And they had given up bottom priority because they had already burnt the Rift Herald. They're going to get this shoved in here, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get on the tower. And Twisted Fate's hovering it to make sure there is no rotation to come through from Olaf. My word, they're going to even confirm top tower as the first tower of the game. That is amazing to give Camille that solo gold, most likely here. And the Lilia could even look to make a play in the mid lane if you really want to. The Cinder has to back way up here. But really, really immaculate stuff from the side of Glaive, knowing exactly what to do and where to defend on the map to make sure that they don't fall, or at least give anything up after very aggressive top lane play.
That's a pretty considerable chunk of gold there on the Camille here. I'm gonna set them up in a really nice spot.
I'm just to recount, right? So Glaive lost game 1.
Yes.
Okay. So that means in this best of 3, then they had to win games 2 and 3, so they're reverse sweeping, which means that the crowd can chant to us, "Give me an eep for the reverse sweep" because of the Lilia. That's my favorite little phrase.
That is fantastic.
That's my favorite part of the champion. You get a game 5 and a reverse sweep potential with a Lilia in it, you just bam eep for the reverse sweep. It's the greatest thing in the world.
That is actually fantastic. I would say they really didn't think about casters for the rest of that. It's like they went out of their way. I feel like we're supposed to be able to say, if I can look at it really quickly.
You don't
here,
like
watch
you don't
out,
like in the
eat.
middle of it. Yeah, you don't like the watch out, eat. That's what I'll call up for you.
Or lilting lullaby, more like tilting lullaby here. Come on, Fed is stepping up into this with some help of Heartbreak, but now maybe a bit more than he can do. Unstoppable Ragnarok, topside trading, not going to go in favor of Chikasso. Gonna be taken down inside the hashtag. Now Gablito maybe with something rooted
Oh my
down. FYS stepping up. They don't have enough to do it. Heartbreak gonna get squared over the other side of the cliff there.
Yes.
The gold card landing. The queue with so much. The 4-on-4 just can't find anybody. And after all of that, nothing happened.
Yeah, except for Camille just absolutely decimating top lane tower. Here it looks like maybe you're going to be able to confirm inner tower. Oh, he doesn't have a minions. That's so unfortunate. Does he go for it anyway? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he can pick it up.
Confirmed. And not to mention now with double towers going down on the bot side of the map, they should have more than enough vision control up there outside of the one scuttle crab that's existing in the river to go for second Rift Herald. So now this Lilia, who's just commanding fights everywhere, didn't have Lilting Lullaby for that one, by the way. I don't know when it was used, but if you had waited just long enough, could have hit 3 members with it over the course of that fight and walked away with a massive fight win as well as that top lane tower. So really, really big stuff, and control of the map completely going the way of Glaive Maroon here.
And yeah, up 6K gold now, have an extra tower here. And with next dragon spawning in about 15, just under 15 seconds, they can look for a team fight here that's likely to go in their favor. They have just such a big lead here, 3-level lead here in the jungle. And the rest of the map here, they're just starting to put the leads together. Bork already completed. Yuki, Bunny, right of Ages as well in the mid lane here. For more of the little champ without a brain, can't finish off the kill. Chicasso is trying to hang by here, but this might be able to give them the priority they need. Gablito is hanging out bot side. Not sure what sort of impact he's going to be able to have. And they're just going to put a number on the Orin and reset.
I think they will. Gonna grab this dragon, gonna look to confirm it. It looks like it's pretty much uncontestable for the most part, unless Olaf wants to try some sort of miracle steal or axe throw over top of the wall, but it doesn't even look like they're gonna give that to it. With that control of mid lane as well, if they could push back out mid lane fast enough, they could walk up to the top side of the map and just go immediately for Rift Herald. They're going to get spotted on this ward and by the Syndra. But honestly, at this point, they have so much gold, they could just kind of throw their weight around and see what sticks across the map. At minimum, they can completely capture control of top side river and set up for Lilia, who's now clearing up the top side, to be able to grab that objective when available.
For now, they'll settle for top scuttle. FYS going to return top side. They already have the first 2 towers, and now he will be laning across from Chicasso, at least for now. Censored Mercy just he's playing an entirely different game. That's going to be his 3rd tower of the game already.
I'm thinking maybe there was like a tower in grade school that bullied him a little bit, and he's pulling out a little bit of a frustration against it because this Camille is just devastating these towers right now across the board. I think he's ripped down 2 top lane towers, and he's gonna get 2 bot lane towers. Are you kidding me right now? It doesn't matter if you give up a Rift Herald for that. That was so good from Glaive. They know not to fight in that 4v5 because there's some variants that you give up shutdown gold there, but Camille pulls 2 towers on bot side. You're not getting that back with Rift Herald. You're getting 1 at best, given the strength of these towers, given the health bar of these towers. My goodness, they're playing with this Camille 4-1 so well right now.
Yeah, they're doing it to perfection. Those 4 towers here, ending up in a hurry here without a brain. Now, hovering bot river, we see FY is pushing top side, does have Destiny available, and Censored Mercy does have teleport, so they're going to run this 1-3-1 with opportunities to still make plays across the map here. Rift Herald is going to pick up a tower, but not much more than that. Just doesn't even open the map much.
Yeah, and you're going to lose, or at least you're forcing Syndra to walk very far back to just claim the remainder of the minions that are in that wave. And at the moment, you could buy some time for resets here if anybody has gold on the team. It doesn't look like anyone really has a lot of question mark pings, and I'm not sure why. I don't know what that was, but I'm going to guess maybe a cannon minion just got stolen by Without a Brain. Otherwise, I don't know what would warrant that many question mark pings from his own team, but that's the curiosity of observing this game when the teams are playing without our comm usage.
And there were pings bot side too from Minnesota, so a lot happening there with a little explanation. Maybe we'll see something unfold here shortly because of that. But FY is just going to clear out mid lane now, and Baron spawns here in 15 seconds. And while I don't think it'll be started anytime soon necessarily, they're going to have the inside lane if they want to within a few minutes. Chicago stuck down bot side and clearing out bot lane duty. Also has teleport available here, but Gablito does not. So if something happens where Syndra's not part of the play, she's going to have a real hard time getting back in time.
I have actually like the Camille is such a thorn right now in the side of of Minnesota because of the fact that like the Ornn's function within this team composition is to give better items so you can get better spikes on Heartbreaker, Completo, Fed, whatever it might be. But even more so, it's to set up the ability for this Death Ball type composition with things like the Olaf and then the Karma shielding, speeding everybody into a fight to actually be able to have targets to get onto because of the Ornn ultimate. But unfortunately, because he's getting dragged away by this Camille who's just whooping him in this side lane right now.
Yeah, one-on-one. Destiny coming in. Ace in the hole gonna land. Destiny though.
12. Oh
Go.
my goodness! What?
Chikaso tried to get away with one and going to maybe for the time being. Flash gonna end that Ragnarok. I don't know if he wants that level, that 4 level difference in his face. Censored Mercy running away with this a double kill. They were able to pick up the Rift, or they were putting some pressure on the Baron. Now we're gonna force everyone back. FYS looking for a play under the tower, not quite. Censored Mercy's just gonna take this base himself.
Yeah, I mean, what's stopping him? The Cinder and the Caitlyn are going to come back, and they're going to try to put some damage. Honestly, if he steps up, he just dies for the most part. And there's not really much that can be done about that. It has too much sustain. Okay, this might be the play. If you can get enough like orbs out, you might be able to. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. He's just killing everyone.
One. That's two. Again, this Camille is on a whole nother level. This is like when you use too many cheat codes in a game, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, this might not even be fun anymore because we can just take over everything. With that, it looks like, I mean, Glaive Maroon is certainly putting their stamp on this one. 10K gold lead, up 14-3 in kills. Got ourselves a little 3.14 pi number at the top for you math magicians out there. And just, they can take whatever they want. This 4-on-1 is just having its way.
I mean, at this point, like I don't know why they decided to Stormtrooper into the Camille, which makes no sense to me, where they was like, okay, the Ornn was first, and yes, the Ornn was running away at the time, but did split from the Olaf instead of fighting her at the same time. Then Olaf was like, my Ragnarok's out, yes, I'm gonna die. And then Cinder walks in without the Caitlyn to start with and gets jumped on, and then Caitlyn's like, what do I do? And then just dies. You can't just go in one by one by one by one. Not to mention, what's the point of trying to punish the Camille? She's gonna get the inhibitor. Like, if you back and you defend your Nexus Tower, that's fine, but somebody has to stay and try to dissuade the Baron at minimum. If you back and you die and you lose your inhibitor and you lose Baron, you get literally nothing and you've done nothing. Like, that's exactly what happened here for Minnesota, where their decision-making was just kind of cost them, and they got punished super hard by the very powerful Camille. I don't know. It was just a mess all around.
Yeah, stormtroopering. We like to call that in the Overwatch, seeing the Congo line. Everyone just da 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 da, and then just one by one you want to get that. Ooh, Scatter that we get a lane on without a brain here. Nothing following.
Oh, he has 4 members with it.
Call the 4th guy coming in, maybe allowing for a re-engage. But while all this is happening, this split pushing continues on. FYS is in the bot side. Inhib's already gone. He's going to start taking shots at these Nexus towers if he gets in there. Does have the Destiny and a Flash to get out. Mid lane siege is on. I don't know how many people Censored Mercy can take on at once, but we might be finding out soon as FYS is just hanging literally under Fountain. What is happening?
He's not Camille. He's gonna die, but he did get that Nexus Tower. Buys a little bit of space for Camille to try to push into the top lane and then pushing into the mid lane. They could have tried a hard engage, but they have no Ornn ultimate. Again, that's the whole purpose of the Ornn in this, is to be an ultimate bot to make sure that your Death Ball can get into position. And they lose now both mid inhibitor and top inhibitor towers.
Oh, maybe this. I don't know if they have enough people here, Rebel.
How many do they have? The whole team? Yeah, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, I don't think this is enough. I think they need to call in reinforcements. Give them some super minions at least to fight this. Yeah. They've got still just possibly on the 4v5. FYS is still in spawn. Censor really wants to get this in him, make it 2 here. What happened to the Karma? That's 1. Maybe looking for the pentakill. Heartbreak just decimated there.
Oh, he's gonna die with Lilia!
Without a brain, that's 2 fed.
Oh no.
Caso, you guys know what's coming. FYS with a whole bunch of damage here. And the only thing standing between them and the Nexus is some respawn towers, but they can put this one away, and Glaive Maroon taking this one home.
Oh, the Lily pick was immaculate. They played everything really well. They were able to finally supplement the Camille and get it to a state where it could very nearly 1v4 underneath Nexus Towers. And what a performance from Glaive. They came out in game number one. They looked like they had lost it. They were relatively competitive, but we were really afraid of them not coming back. But somehow they make the reverse sweep happen. A lot of that from the spamming of the EAP in the chat. Thank you very much for everybody who did that. But some really spectacular change-ups to their kind of position, a lot of changes to the draft, fanning the Vigar especially, and they were able to finally take the competition. Really, really well played here from Glaive Maroon in their final game.
Beautifully done here, and to say that we saw all of this coming would sort of be a lie, but the fact that they played to their strengths, they allowed top lane to really dictate the pacing. Again, those split pushes just immaculate. Censored Mercy showing that aggression throughout the series, and now it paid off ultimately in such crazy dividends here. And so, I mean, what an awesome way to end this tournament and first look here at at League of Legends really within Chili Mountain. So first off, we say congratulations here in the utmost to Glaive Maroon for everything they did today and on first place. Well done and GG's here. The University of Minnesota coming in second place here when it's all said and done here at the Chili Mountain Super Cup tournament. Rebel, final thoughts and where we can find you on social media, man.
How about some big applause for everybody coming out today? It was a fantastic set of teams that we got to come out for the first experience here at Chili Mountain. Did a fantastic job, and that finals was something to watch. Full 3 game series. It was really really entertaining. Felt really competitive up until that final game, which was just Glaive Maroon finally kind of clicking all together and doing a fantastic job, making partially an upset over the side of University of Minnesota. I am on Twitter at rebel_cast, so you can come follow me if you want to see any of the antics that I'm up to at any point. If you want to see me yelling about people not taking Minion Dematerializer anymore, you're welcome to come follow me anytime, and I will be sharing for the most part where I'm going to be on any given day.
And hey, I don't think I've gotten to tell you congratulations on the Maryville gig. That's so cool. We're
Appreciate
really all of us are really stoked to see you have that. Um, we'll give our producer in the background, Mr. K Tad. You can find him at KTadcast. That's KTADCASTS on Twitter. Just an absolute monster of a producer. So K Tad, thank you for everything. I want to give a shout out to everyone in the back from Chili Mountain here as I look at my second screen, make sure I have everyone properly. Shout out to Chill Rock for putting all this together and having us come in here, to Crom and Snarf for everything they did with the lobbies, really to everyone from Chili Mountain for putting this on. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at PaulEC. That's PAWLIEC. You can catch me there for League, Overwatch, and Valorant content, and just sort of running the gamut here. Reminders of what's going on at Chili Mountain. Go to the panels, check out the Discord server and the Twitter if you haven't already, and give the Twitch channel a follow, of course. Next event is Hearthstone Wild Tundra Tournament. It's a 2-day event next weekend. You won't want to miss that as they get back to the bread and butter and things there. So for all of us, thank you so much for joining us tonight and today. It was a pleasure to be with you, and we'll see you next time. Take care.